Good stuff here on Girl Talk.
That's right, I have a line.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, lift and separate.
Bring me spot.
That's better than this, right? He's just in.
Literally doing like the robot. It was like,
Comical toys.
Hi folks, welcome to Girl Talk. Thanks so much for joining us today. We have a fantastic show we're looking forward to. We are filming today at William Thomas Custom Jewelers. We can't wait to share some information with you from them later on in the show. It's going to be a good one, so stick around. We're going to kick off our show talking dance. We're joined today by Carrie Fisher with Synergy Dance Academy. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
So excited to talk about this topic. Now, let's give folks a little bit of an overview. How long have you been in business and what do you do?
7 years, and we teach dance ages 3 to 18, ballet, tap, jazz, point, hip hop, contemporary, and lyrical. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
yeah, I was
Wow.
gonna say that's quite a list.
It is. Yeah, it is.
So let's talk about ages. What what ages are we talking about?
So
Kids, grown-ups?
Yep. So we actually do. We have an adult tap class. We actually have 2 of them, and right now we have 15 ladies in that class, which is remarkable for adults. Yep. Our youngest dancers are mini movers, are 3 years of age, and they are absolutely precious. Yeah, they're wonderful. I actually have a past preschool teacher who is their instructor. So they do a little bit of everything, ballet, tap, creative movement, they do dress up, they do imaginative play, all sorts of things in that class.
Great way to get involved in
It
dance.
is. It's
Start
wonderful.
young. I think that's
Absolutely.
I think it's
Yeah.
good too, especially for people that kind of have an expression for themselves.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're taking a dance class, can you just talk about how long the classes are, a little bit about the class?
Yep, so they vary. So we have anywhere from a half-hour class to 45 to an hour and a half. Our hour and a half long classes are for our advanced dancers, advanced ballet, advanced jazz, and then our advanced ballet class is followed by another half hour of a point class, so it's a 2-hour class basically. The younger classes are only about a half hour just because of their attention.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about it. Like a 3 or 4-year-old.
They can't last much longer than a half hour when they're 3 or 4. So.
Oh my gosh.
That is
I
so
wish I
cool.
would have had you back in college because I auditioned for dance team twice and I got denied.
Oh no, you
I
would
got
have
some moves,
You
honey.
would have made it.
I would fun no matter what your level is. I'm a terrible dancer too, but I love doing it. But you have all these different classes for different ages.
Yes,
so let's
we do.
talk a little bit about the instructors. I love that the young class is taught by a former preschool teacher. That's
it's
really
wonderful.
cute.
I have very experienced teachers, so I have 15 instructors right now, which is a lot, and the majority of them have been teaching over 15 years. I have a couple that have been teaching for 25 plus. And so just classroom management is huge. I always say you can be a great dancer, but you can't be a great instructor. So I've had instructors that have been hurt and they actually haven't been able to physically dance, and yet their classes are just as effective because they know how to reach the kids. So my background is education, so that's something I'm very strong in. I won't hire an instructor unless they actually have had some experience in some form or another of being some sort of instructor.
That's so true because you can be an amazing, fill in the
Anything,
blank.
right,
That doesn't mean
right.
that you're good at teaching other people how to do it.
Yeah, you have to be able to really give of yourself. And a lot of these, most of my instructors, in fact, actually all of them, were past dancers, and so there's a part of them that they actually had to sort of give that up in order to take the next step as an instructor. So,
And isn't that the next step for a lot of dancers?
It
Because
is.
the lifespan of dancers, they end like
pretty short.
It's short.
Yeah,
My
it
cousin's
is.
a dancer, and
Yeah.
so I get a little insight, and I know she's starting to teach it in her 30s.
Right, yeah, because there's a lot of injuries, obviously, there's a lot of overuse. And so, the next step is basically instructing if you want to do that, or like I do, which is being an owner of a studio. I actually have a couple of my dancers right now, they're like, I'm going to take over your job. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
But how rewarding, too, for a
It
dancer
is.
to continue on.
We
with
don't
this.
have a ton of time left, so I want to make sure we talk about the end of the year show. Let's talk about that.
That's our recital, and that's in June 7th and 8th. And we do something a little bit different than most studios in the area. We put on a full ballet. So all of our ballet classes are part of a ballet. And this year at Swan Lake, we alternate between Cinderella, Swan Lake, and Sleeping Beauty. So the kids get a little bit more stage time. They get to know exactly what the ins and outs of actually putting together a whole show. So that makes it a little bit different.
And Carrie, just before we go, where can people register? Because I'm sure people are interested in that.
Yep, synergydancemadison.com.
Okay.
So registration is all online. You can reach me through that.
You are awesome.
Yay! Now I want to dance. I was going to say, I feel like dancing now.
Yes, we'll be right back with more Girl Talk.